We're back again with another quote about conquering the obstacles in our lives. And today's quote is from New Zealander Sir Edmund Hillary. Now, Edmund Hillary was the first, he and his Sherpa guide were the first to scale Mount Everest and reach the summit. And that was decades and decades ago. But this quote is just so true, whether it is a mountain of debt, whether it is a mountain of fear, whether it is a mountain of household clutter, whatever the mountain is, what Sir Edmund Hillary said is right. And this is it. It is not the mountain that we conquer, but ourselves. I'll repeat, it's not the mountain that we conquer, but ourselves. And that is so true, because when we have to face an obstacle, once we get over the mental issue of the fact that the obstacle is there, and we decide that we want to do it, and that we can do it, and that we are going to do it, well, doggone it, we do it. We do it. And so he was right. He scaled the summit, scaled Mount Everest to the summit, to the very highest point of the mountain, not because the mountain had to be conquered, but because his fear, his lack of unbelief, his decision that he could do it physically was what caused him to make the climb with his Sherpa guide. Now, the Sherpas live in the mountains. They're used to scaling those mountains, but he had to also conquer any distrust he might have had of his guide, to know that his guide was going to lead him safely. And we are so much like that. We so distrust sometimes the people in our lives to guide us. We so distrust ourselves. Sometimes, if you're like me, you're just out and out lazy, and you just don't do what you know you can do. I know I have an issue with I had an issue with clutter. I had extreme clutter in 2 of the rooms of my home. And literally for 2 years, I was saying I was going to conquer that clutter. And I finally committed to someone who I knew was going to hold my feet to the fire. And I conquered myself, the fact that I didn't want to do it, that I'd rather watch TV, that I had something better to do. I conquered all of that stuff, and I conquered the clutter. Now, what in your life needs to be conquered? I still have some other things in my life to conquer as well, but conquer yourself. Don't think about conquering the obstacle. Conquer you. Instead of you do you, boo, I will say you conquer you, boo.